Do not adjust your screen. I am holding on to the world's largest iPod Touch. Actually, it's the iPad 3G. You might have known that I have an iPad that doesn't have 3G in it, and I've been using that for a few weeks and have been enjoying it. Enjoying it so much, I've decided to replace my entire head with an iPad box. Specifically an iPad 3G box that has not yet been opened. But we're going to unbox it right here at live.pirillo.com. Having used the iPad for the past few weeks in a variety of situations, I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying it. Especially when I have to go to an event and am normally needing to check email, surf the web, potentially, do other things, generally consuming content. And the iPad shines. I could just do everything possible on an iPad throughout the day and still get back to my room or a charging place and have about half the battery life ready to go. Like, it's only halfway drained. So I've really enjoyed the iPad in situations where I cannot be connected. When they talk about a 10-hour battery life, I don't think they're kidding. So it is a great device in terms of battery life, getting things done. The apps, of course, are plentiful. I've posted a few videos on the apps that have already been released and will continue to do so. This is the iPad 3G. Looking forward to this because I've been in situations where I've needed to be connected without an access point, Wi-Fi anywhere nearby, and would likely then pay the monthly fee. I think it's right around $30 right now to access AT&T's 3G network. No, I am not going to jailbreak this device. Yes, I am going to unbox it, though. First, though, we are going to start with the actual cellophane. Smells cellophane-y. What am I going to be doing with the other iPad that I have now that I have an iPad 3G? Well, I don't know quite yet. In fact, I'll be taking recommendations as to what I'm going to do with the old one. Eat it? I don't think so. I'm not going to blend it. That's been done. I'm not going to microwave it. That's also been done. Could give it away to somebody. I may lend it to friends to see if they love the iPod. Apple's already sold 1 million iPads. Did I say iPod? I meant iPad. An iPad is, like I said, kind of like an iPod Touch that has been put into some kind of device that would enlarge it. They've sold 1 million of them so far. Actually, I'd argue that they've sold 250,000 of them, and those 250,000 owners of the iPad sold the other 750,000 after they were showing off their iPad in public. Everyone stops me and says, "Is that an iPad? Can I touch the iPad? Can I play with your iPad?" And I say, "No, get your own!" And they do. They usually do. It's kind of creepy. I've sold so many iPads, and here we go. The unboxing. Wow. It's almost like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they open up the Ark right there, and then the glowing thing, and then ghosts fly out and melt everybody's faces. Not really. It's not like that at all. But it'd be kind of cool if it was. I think that would go far in the community. So with the iPad 3G, you've got a different antenna, obviously a 3G antenna, and this is going to be the easiest way you're going to be able to discern an iPad 3G from a regular old iPad. Is specifically you'll see this black bar along the top as well as the back if it's not covered, but you'll specifically see it right up front, so it's black right there in the middle, and you'll see even clearer as I uncellophane it now that it's kind of been unboxed. There's really not that much in the box itself. Let me try to hold it at an angle since it's very white. There's the cable, then of course the AC adapter. You need 10 volts of power in a USB port or in an adapter for USBs. So if you're plugging your iPad into a USB port and it isn't working, it's likely underpowered. That's just FYI. Newer MacBooks should be able to handle it quite well. And here we go, the instructions. That's it. It's just one little sheet. So another difference, although this is interesting, I noticed something right now, and I may not be the only one, but on this instruction card, or at least direction card, saying here's the on-off switch, sleep wake, screen rotation lock, volume up and down. Over here, they point out that the SIM tray is located here for the iPod 3G. Although the iPad graphic that they use, remember what I said right up front? The big difference is that this black bar up at the top, where I believe the antenna is able to kind of shine to be able to get you connected to the 3G network. This graphic doesn't have the black bar. So even though it says SIM trays over here, this is actually the iPad, not the iPad 3G. I wonder if Apple noticed that. I wouldn't say it's a fail necessarily. It's just interesting to note. So yeah, it's about as exciting as it gets, really. I'm going to be putting a screen protector on it, likely one that I'm going to be getting from Griffin. Go.tagjag.com/Griffin, and if you use the coupon code that I send you, you can save 10 to 20% on any purchase. Boy, this one they've really wrapped it cleanly. I'm afraid to pull it out of the case though at this point in time. Not the case, this case. I mean the plastic sheathing, because I really want to get a protector on it before it gets too smudgy. And the iPad is great at collecting fingerprints. So, simply turning it on, plug it in. I have not synced an iPad yet with this particular computer. I haven't synced with another computer right now, the other iPad that I have, which is not here. As I said, I've lent it to a friend. I'm spreading the love and the joy. Although that is the Wi-Fi version, this is the 3G version. I will be plugging it in, turning it on, and activating it for the first time, and I'll be doing that live. And those of you who are watching now can stay tuned for that. And those of you who aren't can watch the next video of me activating the iPad 3G. My email address, chris@perlo.com. Go.tagjag.com/Apple is where you can get any Apple product, and I would get the referral credit. I'd just appreciate it if you do that. You know how many Apple products I've sold simply by using them? You know how many PC products I've sold simply by using them? A lot, in either direction. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are expecting an iPad killer, the only iPad killer that I know of is the next iPad, which has not yet been announced. Be interesting to see what happens, though. By the way, I don't even think that I need a camera on the iPad yet. At some point, maybe. But I don't miss not having a camera. Really, really don't. Some people are complaining about that. Not a big deal. Any iPad questions, drop me a line. I'm sure you will anyway. Geeks.perillo.com, that's our community. Chris.perillo.com, my blog. And then, of course, at Chris Perillo on Twitter. Facebook.com/Chris Perillo. And YouTube.com/Chris Perillo. That's me, Chris Perillo. And this is the chat room here as a part of the live video feed. I much prefer doing things, with the live video feed in the chat room as a part of the video rather than, doing things in HD. I like HD, but I'd rather have live. I'm trying to make it good quality. Thank Uncle John for recording it remotely. But if you'd like to join us in the chat room, we are typically talking tech 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And at some point in time, we are going to have an iPad app. I've got to try to talk to that guy about finishing it. And maybe possibly get a couple of other developers on it so we can finish it faster. At some point, he's doing it on a volunteer basis. You'll be able to interact with the chat room on your iPod or iPad or iPhone or whatever. I am going to close this video now. Chat room happening now. You guys figure it out where it's at? If you've made it this far, the URL is actually here inside the video. It's been mentioned with the chat. Live.perillo.com. We'll see you later.